Welcome. We're gonna be playing some Digital Dungeons. I'm Sean, and I'm joined by Tyler and Steed. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Well, Tyler's trying to fix his microphone to push to talk.
Out of all the digital dungeons I've ever been in, I think this is my favorite.
So we're gonna be playing Torchbearer. This is the Cursed Lands campaign, and this is gonna be session 2. Um, yeah. So, which one of you two wants to do the prologue of last time?
You do the prologue, Roman.
Sure. We did this very first session. We were just going to Crowthorne. Roman, me, Corbusier, Tyler, and Chris as Alfwin. We're
Elfwin.
going to find his bow to go into his elf city or whatever. And we came upon the ruins of Crowthorne. We heard some beastmen setting up a trap due to Corbusier scouting that out, and we took the long way around. And we saw a pigman camp of some kind inside the city. We did the sneaky approach, waited till they went to sleep, and we killed them. Got some information, and now we made camp inside the city where they camped before, in the guild hall. And we went to the other guild hall to search for the bow. And Corbusier fell down to the basement, and we went down to save him. And there was a ton of giant rats around, and we were able to deal with it by sending or giving them bodies of the pigmen. Also, tried to save a dude in a cage. I think that guy died. And yeah, we're in the basement right now.
All right. If you had any conditions, you'd be able to recover a condition, or you'd be able to cover a point of tax nature. But I think you are okay.
Yep, I'm good. No conditions.
All right. So we are going to then go over.
Wait, can I also up one of my skills? I think wasn't that an option before?
No, that's for if you missed a session, you can come back and you can you have the same options, or you kind of tell us what kind of happened over the course of the session, and you can gain an advancement point.
Cool.
So, yeah, hopefully Chris might join us in a little bit. Hopefully it's not a hassle when he comes. But yeah, we're gonna do the beliefs, instincts, and goals. So Steve, you want to start us off, or?
Sure. My belief is the function of the people is to rise against suffering. Goal, to find the bow. Instinct, always search for traps when entering a new area. Push to talk. Tell.
I was just writing out my goal.
Okay.
My belief is glory above honor. My instinct is to always assess the danger when presented with a threat. And my goal for this session will be to map the area for our safety. Because I tried last time and I failed horribly.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, I think we can begin. So last time you guys opened an armoire and were going about looking at the contents of that armoire. So I'm just trying to find where I wrote it down, because I wrote it down somewhere. It's not it. not it either. Maybe I wrote it down on a piece of paper. Let me go check. Ah, yes, here it is. So I have that there is a wheel of cheese that's pack 3. There it was a small sack. I believe Corbusier grabbed the small sack. There was
I'm carrying that
also
small sack.
there was also a scroll. It seemed to be a magic spell that described kind of how to charm somebody. And there was a copper coins, I believe, pack 2. And I think that and a blanket. Yeah, there was a blanket also. So the blanket I think will be pack 2 as well. So yeah, you can pick whatever you want up. You can put stuff back in the chest or what have you. The wheel of cheese, just letting you know the rules of the wheel of cheese, is if you were to eat it, you would gain, you would make a roll of 2d6, and that's how many rations the wheel of cheese is worth, preserved rations. Or you could, instead of eating it, you could use it as bonus dice in cook tests to season your meal with cheese. And then it would be 6 uses to get +1 die each time.
Corbusier, do you have any space whatsoever?
I don't. I'm carrying the small sack, which has the exhaustion poultice, and I still have 2 rations and a flask of oil and my spell book. I really don't got space for anything.
I'm completely full. So
we gotta get like a
we
chest.
Should come back for
we gotta
this.
find a chest or something.
How heavy is the chest? You think you and me could just carry it up there?
I don't know. I'm a willowy wizard. I don't know if I can.
The chest is kind of heavy. It would definitely not be easy to carry it up the stairs.
Okay.
Also, there's a trap built into it. I don't know how you guys feel about having a trap go off whenever we try and open it.
Probably a one-time trap. Wait, what happened last time? Oh, the trap?
The needle came out of it.
Yeah, when the latch was opened, a thin poisoned needle sprung out and pricked Corbusier.
Now, I misheard and thought he said beetles, so I thought, oh no, there's bugs coming out of the box.
Okay. And you don't have do you have a condition on you, Corbusier?
No, he succeeded the health check.
No, I'm good.
Oh, nice.
So the basement itself, as to describe kind of the scene a bit better, is kind of broken up into a dark area. So like half the basement's very dark. The roof didn't collapse, and it's like cast in shadow, and you can barely see in it. The other part of the basement, I guess, where you guys were, are kind of near the roof collapse, and there was like a whole section of roof near the basement that is just gone. Or like the first floor is just gone, so you can kind of see outside. There's a armoire. There's like some kind of like half-built barrels and like a crate that's like been opened and knocked over, like chewed open, like kind of near the stairs. And there's kind of like blocking, obscuring the view to under the stairs a little bit, where you hear kind of chewing noises, and there's like kind of blood streaks from where the 3 rats kind of pulled the corpse of the pigmen beneath the stairs.
We should probably deal with this quick before they finish their meal.
Yeah.
Shoot! I really want this treasure.
What, like the copper and everything?
We can come back. I can drop off all this stuff in my sack and then come back and
Honestly, these rats
What's
seem kind of harmless. Like, I think you're right that we should just probably come back for it.
Yeah, we have that camp. I could drop off all the
Wait,
things there.
wait, do you have a free hand?
No,
I mean, like, can you carry anything?
not really.
I mean, with your hands.
He has
No.
he has a large sack that he's carrying two-handed over his
Oh,
shoulder,
sorry.
Grinch style.
Yeah,
Never mind. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I did not know. I was gonna say just carry the wheel of cheese up and like let's just put it in a corner or something and just hope no one takes it.
Can you carry the cheese at all?
I have a small sack and I'm carrying a lantern. I don't got free hands right now. Can we kick the wheel of cheese up like a soccer ball? How big is the wheel of cheese?
It's quite big. It's bigger than the gallon jug of water. So it's kind of a massive wheel of
Dang.
cheese. So did you want to like, carry everything up, carrying the large sack in one hand as you do, and try to like just put everything in the it'll make everything a lot more difficult.
Yeah, no. I do want that wheel of cheese just because I don't want the rats to eat it before
Well,
we come back.
it's in the armoire, right? We can just close the armoire and just come back.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just close it so the rats don't eat it, and then I'm gonna unbuckle all my stuff at the camp, basically, and then come back with the large sack.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. So you guys close up the armoire and make your way.
Wait, before we leave, is there any other like doorway or something in the basement, like a different way down there?
There's the dark area that's like shrouded in darkness. You have to light the lantern to inspect it.
We'll come back for that just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to camp and then drop off everything.
Yeah, let's head back to camp.
Was there anything worth one size?
Yeah, how many copper can we carry?
So
I think I have one space.
The scroll would be worth one space.
I'll take the scroll. I actually have one space. Unless does Thief's Tools take two spaces or one?
I think it takes only one. You can just note a scroll of Thread of Friendship.
Yeah, I also have one spot available in the small sack. I can carry a one slot item.
Okay, I got the scroll. That's most I could carry.
Okay. So yeah, you head up the stairs, and I guess as you approach the stairs, the rats are like hissing at you, trying to scare you away. And as you like go up the stairs, and they realize you're not trying to take away their meal, they ferociously try to like finish the meal up, kind of like ravenously. As you get to the top, it's probably around midday now. Like you probably spent all morning exploring the guild hall ruins. As you exit, you see the broken shrine across the street, and the as you make your way across the old market square, you notice that the man that was in the cage, he was no longer kind of like where you left him, but like more kind of bound funerary style with the flap of a tent from the pigman that you were just placed over, but it looks like he was like more bound up and kind of like placed in a better location. weirdly.
Did
So
you
he's
touch?
bound?
Like he was carefully like moved into like a more respectful position, and like kind of like the tent flap was like tied around him a bit.
Okay, there's someone here other than us, because we were inside the guild hall.
Maybe it was Elfwin.
Elfwin was with us.
I know, I'm just spitballing ideas.
I'm gonna stick to like buildings and such, and just try to look for whoever did that.
I was gonna say let's scout the area, but this has motivated me even further to scout the area.
Oh yeah, what's your instinct again?
My instinct is to always assess the threats whenever presented with danger.
Do you think someone moving a dead body in a respectful place could be dangerous?
It does seem pretty dangerous. Although, can I inspect the dead body just out of curiosity?
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking to see if there's any unusual marks on it. Because if it was moved, somebody may be here, but it could be, I don't know, anything.
Not really. I guess what's unusual is that the instead of just being placed and covered, it the blanket or the tent flap is now kind of like bound and tied around it of the body, kind of like rolled.
So it's just an intense sausage roll. You might say he's a pig in a blanket.
Oh, nice. Okay. Whoever did this is probably like he cares for the body, or he or she cares for the body. It's not like they would have eaten it or something. It's not like a pigman. Can't be a pigman. Would just ate the body.
Yeah. I find it interesting that they did put it in a respectful position as opposed to just moving it out of the way. This is weird. I want to say who we're dealing with probably isn't either sees us as a threat and is sympathizing as sympathetic to the pigmen, or they're just really, really strange altruists.
Okay, so you said you're gonna scout ahead for the danger. Like where do you go? Where do you look? How far
Well,
do you
first thing,
scout? Do you scout the whole area? Like, what are you looking for exactly?
well, first I want to look around the outside of the camp just to see if there's anything's been moved or something, and from there I want to go at least to where the walls were. Like, how close are we to the walls again?
Fairly close, I'd say.
Yeah, I just want to do a perimeter check around the walls, essentially.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna need to do a obstacle to scout test, or not obstacle to. I'll be rolling 2 dice. Sorry.
Okay.
Do you want help?
I would love help, please.
You said there was a ruined shrine, right?
So is he gonna use his instinct? In which case you can't help. Or do you want to make this part of the grind?
I think he wanted to use it as an instinct. So
Yes.
I'm not gonna help.
Yeah, so if this is an instinct, you can't help.
Yeah, hold on a sec.
So what are you thinking, Roman, about this business? You think there's someone here? Like, who do you think would be here? Possibly.
Honestly, I have no idea. Like, this is very dangerous lands, and somebody putting a body in
I
in
want
a
to use my.
respectful manner, that's really off. So I have no idea who's here.
Okay, Scapuzia, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I want to use my trait of Wizard Sight in my scout roll.
Okay, so how is having wizard sight help you in this situation or hinder you? How are you using it?
I think I'm gonna use it for myself. Like I'm gonna use it for, and I want to use it in the same way that an X-ray would work. I want to be able to see. I want to say that when I look out and you see the air, I want to be able to see like the negative space of where something is occupying, like where air should be, and it's kind of like a radar almost.
Okay.
Like like if somebody's there, I'd be able to see their shape because of the way that they're disrupting wind or air or something.
Okay. Yeah, like maybe
Negative
even
space, really.
yeah, maybe their like life force is just like you're peering beyond the realm of material into their soul or something, and seeing the negative space
Yeah.
of the void, and where their soul is no longer void. That could
Yeah.
All right. So it's for yourself, so it's gonna be you just add a die into.
Can add a die, and I can do this with a beginner's luck test, right?
Yeah. So beginner's luck test on Scout, I believe, is half your will. But you can just in the macro just put in your will amount, and then I think traits get halved as well. So you just add your don't like say +1, but just put in the total of your will +1.
Yeah, just so it says input value, it automatically halves it, right?
Yep. You just put in the total, and it'll automatically have it. On beginner's luck test.
Gotcha.
All right. 2 successes on one roll. Yeah, you're looking around, and you're scanning with your wizard sight, and you see like through a wall, someone like look toward your direction because they heard something, and then like begin to like uh, run essentially. They're
So they can see me seeing them.
No, like they heard you like walking around, being like, "You think someone's here?" or whatever. And they kind of like looked, kind of like paused for a moment, listened, and then just like kind of like booked it and started running. They were running toward the southern gatehouse. I guess you are near the kind of gibbet area, so they're like obscured by some of the burnt out homes along that way.
I'm gonna wait for Roman. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Roman, let's go.
Start
There's somebody
trying to
here.
follow. Who was it?
Follow me.
And I start running with him.
So what are you trying to do? Like you're trying to follow them? Like
I'm gonna follow them on a corner them,
okay.
or at least I want to get close enough to be able to see them without needing wizard sight.
Okay, so you just wanted to get like a look of them, then?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you rush down, and as you like kind of you guys make it to the gatehouse as like the person is already like on the other side, and like running, kind of south, to the just like booking it south, kind of into the hills. They're wearing kind of like dark robes, and they have a shield strapped to their back.
Do I recognize the shield at all? Like, what does the shield look like?
The shield's like this kind of like big round shield. It's kind of dark. It does have like a silver bird, kind of like painted on to it. You don't recognize it. Yeah.
Can I tell what kind of bird it is, just out of curiosity? Or is it a distinct bird, or is it just like a winged figure?
It's not like well painted on, so you would have to like inspect it closer to tell maybe what kind of bird it is. If that, it's just kind of like a winged kind of figure. So do you stop or do you like give chase?
I am gonna give chase.
Let's try to like capture this person or corner them in some way.
I just want to yell, "Wait, hold up!"
Yeah, they're running. They're like, that's all you want to do. Are you? Yeah, like I think they're much further away now. You can't no longer see them because of the hills.
I'm gonna make a bird noise.
What kind of bird noise?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think of what kind of bird noise I'd use. Not a mating call. That's inappropriate given the situation. I want to be able to say hello in bird.
I don't think you know how to do that.
Yeah, do you know how to do that?
I don't think you speak bird.
I don't, but I'm trying to think.
If you do, then that's awesome. But
well, I want to use Wisdom of the Sages.
So you're casting Wisdom of the Sages in order to speak bird.
Yeah, just because I noticed the bird on their shield, so I'm like, oh, maybe they're part of an order of a bird. Maybe if I speak like a bird, they'll listen to me.
So you're confident this person knows how to speak bird?
No, but I want to at least know that I gave him my all.
Alright. So, hold on a sec.
What kind of test is this?
It's gonna be an Archivist test. It's gonna be him casting a spell, Wisdom of the Sages. Yeah, this is going to be... I'm gonna say... How long do you want to cast this? How long do you want to speak bird?
Just for a minute.
Okay. Alright. I'm just trying to figure out what language group this is. Probably it's going to be far removed from known language or an archaic language. I don't even know. I feel like,
you know, when I was out on the sea, I had to speak to many birds to know how far we were from land.
yeah, but still, it's like no human knows how to speak bird. So I'm gonna say it's definitely obstacle 3. Yeah, let's go with that.
Alrighty. And I'm going to use extravagant against myself.
How?
Because as I speak bird, I will wave my arms to signify that I am of bird.
How's that
and
against yourself?
I will not do a good job, and I'll probably fall over because I'm gonna use my whole body for this. So essentially, I'm just jumping and tripping as I try and yell bird at him.
All right. So yeah, it's obstacle 3.
Okay.
Because this is magic, it's not a turn on the grind either. It kind of functions like an instinct in that way.
Oh man, he's really good.
So you have an Arcanist skill of 5? That doesn't sound right.
No, 4. That's 4. That should be 4 dice.
Yeah, but you used it against yourself. So you minus 1 die.
You're right. Sorry, it's been a while since I used something against myself. I forgot.
So roll a d4, and we'll just subtract that die from either 5, 2, 4, 1. So yeah, we'll subtract 1 success then. From your roll, because we're taking away the 5.
Dang it. My bad. Sorry, guys.
No, it's good. You get a check.
On a sec, I'm trying to figure out why this is how exactly or how wrong this went. So did you like trip mid sentence while you were speaking bird, or were you starting to flap before you even finished the spell?
I think I tripped mid sentence.
And he actually did a mating call when he didn't want to do it. So more birds came out of nowhere.
Yeah, the spell steals your voice. You can no longer speak above a whisper.
Oh no. Does that mean I have to actually whisper into the microphone now?
Only when you're talking. Only when
Okay.
Corbusier talks.
Okay.
It went wrong.
Is this permanent?
Not only did you not really quite cast it, but yeah, it's you messed up. You don't know how long this lasts.
I've been in tighter spots than this before.
I help him get up from his trip. And I say, who was that? Did you get a good look?
All I saw was their shield.
Why are you whispering?
I really gotta get better at running and yelling. Running and spellcasting is really tough.
What?
That's good.
What? How's it? How? Okay. We'll track that person later. We should deal with what our problems are right now. Let's get the treasure, and then we'll take care of that person.
I'm gonna just give him a thumbs up.
Okay. So you said you guys were going to the camp to dump your stuff and then head back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're sure you didn't get a good look at this person's face, right? Are you sure it was a pigman or?
They were wearing a dark robe and all they had was a shield on their back. Whoever they were was probably prepared for danger, but not too prepared because they ran.
Well, it looks like that person knows the area well, so we'll get back to it. Yeah, and I just drop off everything at the camp, except for my lord sack and backpack.
Just basically empty all your shit onto the camps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically everything, just so I could carry as much as I can from that chest.
Okay. So on your way back to the guild hall ruins, as you pass the old market square well, you kind of hear a little bit of bubbling coming from the well, bloop, 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 and then kind of silence.
That was the well with the really dirty water, right?
Yeah.
I cleaned that water.
You clean the water?
did.
He cleaned about a jug full of water.
Oh, it's probably dirty again. Probably. Sure, I look down to see it's not somebody down.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be an obstacle 1 health test, dude. As a bunch of vapors, kind of like bad smelling vapors, like hit you. And you're like, yeah.
I'm also gonna do a trade against myself. Devil May Care. And like, yeah, there's no danger down there. It's like, why would there? We checked that area before, and I just look down and then I take a big whiff of this vapors, not knowing.
All right, sure. So it's still up 1.
Oh, that's close.
The rank smell like almost makes you heave. But like it's not like covering your nose and stepping away from the well steadies yourself. You can almost see like the gross smell like bending the air a little bit, like stink lines coming from the well. Is it like, but it was like more like a burst and then it kind of goes normal. Yeah. So where are you guys going now?
Don't smell that. Don't go near the well.
Okay.
We go back to the guild hall, or not the room guild hall, the camp guild hall, and I just drop off everything.
Okay, so you're going to grab all the stuff and then kind of head back. That's the
Yeah. So that's our camp, right? Basically.
the one on the one southwest, like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you guys are camping. So you're gonna go back and grab your stuff. I grab the cheese and all that stuff, and then lug that up. Is that what's happening?
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah,
when we go to the camp, does the grind go back to 0?
Not unless you're camping. Are you?
We could just camp.
Camping.
We have 2 checks, so we don't grind out again.
Before that, yeah, like the rats, they've devoured, like their like bellies are distended as they've been eating nonstop, and they're kind of like giving you weak growls as you like head up, but they've devoured most of that body. As you go, yeah, and then you grab the stuff and you go back up. At camp, you I guess note that there's still like 2 camp like tents of the pigmen. This kind of still standing, because you guys haven't like taken them down or gone through them, and there's still 2 bodies of the pigmen. Even you note that like this, because this you didn't really like pay attention, but even they have been moved to kind of being like off to the side a little bit, and they're like lined up in a row. This must have happened before though. So are you guys setting camp or?
Yeah, we'll set camp, but
I think we should explore.
There's people going in this area, moving bodies and stuff.
I think we should. Well, I'm saying this as I whispered. Like, I think we should inspect it a little bit more just before we do camp. Only because knowing that somebody's out there doesn't make me feel comfortable just resting just now.
Yeah, good idea. Should we? Maybe we could set our own trap. Try and get this person when he comes into our area.
We have rats, so we're halfway to a trap.
Are you like gonna start like camping and then use the camp to set the trap? Like use the check to set a trap, or are you going to?
We could do we could set a trap before we camp because we have time on the grind. Do you know how to make a trap, Kabuzi?
You know what? As somebody who's always been on the water, I've never really needed traps. Although I can set traps. They're primitive traps, but trapping I can do.
I think because was it? Yeah. So what kind of trap do you want to make, and who's kind of taking responsibility for it? And are you? What are the order of operations? You said you wanted to search the area before camping. Do you still want to do that?
Yeah, I want to do a perimeter check before we camp, just to make sure that we are in the clear of people running around.
Oh yeah, you check around. Besides the rats, who are now kind of satiated a little bit, doesn't seem to be anybody around. So what kind of trap are you setting, and who's gonna lead that?
I'm just trying to think what kind of trap we're gonna make. What do we have?
We have cheese to lure them.
I feel like there were lure rats.
You have
maybe they're rat men.
Check your inventory. I guess you guys can look at each other's inventory. You open up the thing. But around, I guess there's probably like stones. There's tent poles. Tarp for a tent.
We have iron spikes. Maybe you could do something with that.
We have iron spikes, and I have a couple of flasks of oil that could make some slippery staircases.
So who's doing what?
You know, there's a guy I heard about before. His name was McAllister. He had set his whole home with traps. Thinking, what would he do? Are you familiar with this McAllister I speak of, Roman?
No. Explain. You might know trap making better.
He's a guy of lore. I heard about him when I was on the sea. He was home alone, and he set up traps around his place of residence to keep out some burglars. He was very good at it. People spoke very highly of him. So I'm thinking, what would he do in this situation? A large camp with penetrable walls, with rats, few sets of stairs, and what do we got? Iron spikes, a little bit of oil, rations and cheese. If they're more feral, we can track them.
So the upper stairs of the guild halls, where I guess you made camp in one of the apartments, but there's several apartments. Most of them have, I guess, yeah, like all of them have doors. They're kind of like smallish apartments, and yeah, you haven't been on the first floor of the new guild hall. or like the one that's not ruined. I don't know if it's new, but yeah, the non-ruined one. You haven't been on the first floor of it.
I'm gonna saunter over to the first floor of that guild hall just to help brainstorm.
Like, yeah, you try the door and it's locked.
I'm gonna kick down the door.
We could just set up in one of the apartments and do the standard like line trap.
What kind of trap
A
is that?
bunch of places. We have the spikes and the hammers. We just put them around the whole campsite, and then if something trips, we could put like some type of noise to that trap, so we know which set it off or who set it off. I don't want to hurt this person. Just know that they're running around, and we have to do something about it.
Okay, so are you taking the lead on this, or?
Unless you have a better idea. I don't know what to use for stand though.
I mean, so you're taking the lead. Do you have the skill dungeoneer?
I do.
So you have, if you have the skill that's required, you have all the gear that you need to set the trap. You don't set the trap up. So
I know.
So what are you gonna try to do so like you can have bits of metal if you need it? Like just describe yourself and what you're using.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm just gonna put like metal spikes around the whole camp, hammer them down, then put like line in between it, and if something hits it, it's gonna create a noise.
Oh, it's a tripwire.
I don't know what. Yeah, a tripwire, but I don't know what to use for the sound. Maybe it's something fire-based. If it goes off, it makes a little firecracker sound. Or yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so you're just trying to set some sort of alarm. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be obstacle 1, dungeoneering test. And because you're using iron spikes, go ahead and give yourself +1 to that roll. But roll a d6, and that's how much of the 6 iron spikes you've used. If you want to recover them and say move on to the next area, you can try to recover them, and you'll be rolling a d6 -1, and that's how many you would recover, up to the maximum of 6.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna use Devil May Care is easy. Oh, sorry. I'll use Devil May Care like against myself again. And like when I'm setting up these traps, I start getting like, bored because I put down like I don't know, maybe like 2 of them or 3 of them, and I started not caring after a while.
Okay, yeah. So it's obstacle 1 dungeoneering test to remind you.
And I get -1 dice because of my traits, but +1 because of spikes.
Yep. And just roll a d6.
Oh no!
What? No.
2 for the spikes. Can I use Heistwise to fix that?
How does that work? Like how?
Like when I'm doing like heist, often there's traps, and I know how traps sort of work, and maybe when one of the like traps failed, I set like maybe like a second thing just in case.
Okay, it's like so. All right, so are you using a fate or a persona?
I'm gonna use a persona.
Okay, so persona rolls all of them. So so what you're saying is often places that want to protect themselves have a secondary trap. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. Or like a safeguard on some of the traps.
Okay.
Yeah, I just rolled 3d6.
Yeah. So one success. So yeah. What's your secondary trap? Is it like another thing? Is it like some like just a little bits of glass or something? Like what is exactly?
Yeah, just little bits of glass. So if somebody does get over the line and they step on the glass that's hidden, they'll make like an ouch sound or something.
Okay. Yeah, that works. So you made a alarm for your. Where is this exactly? Is it like on the stairs? Is it
Like on the stairs, going to the guild hall. One, I, I made, I used 2 spikes, right? So I think that's only one trap. Yeah, it's on the stairs going up to the guild hall.
going up to the apartments? But yeah.
Or up to the apartments. Just one trap, because that's how much spikes I used.
Yeah, I don't know. You did something. Okay, so that sounds good. Are you? So now we're on turn. I think there's 2 turns to the grind, I believe. Yeah. So there's 2 turns to the grind. Are you going to? Are you like gonna look around? I guess I did look around. Are you? So you're setting up camp now, or just you're just gonna enter the camp phase?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep. If we searched everywhere, couldn't find anyone. Set up traps just in case someone goes in. We were ready. And during the camp phase, I'm just gonna drop everything and fill up the water jug if we can.
Sorry, I'm just grabbing the camp. I'm in the wrong chapter. There we go. All right. Corbusier, can you roll 2d6?
Gotcha.
All right. 5 is a minor inconvenience.
We ran out of toilet paper.
So we'll go with Roman. Can you roll a d6? All right. Yeah. You get back to your camp and all of your rations that you dumped onto the ground have like bugs crawling in them. Your rations are gone.
Whose rations? All of ours?
No, just Roman's.
just the ones I have.
Alrighty. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, dude.
It says mice or vermin crawl over your camp and spoil food for one character.
All good. We have the jug.
So you don't have a source of water to fill it up. There was the rain catcher, but it hasn't rained yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So how are you going to go look for water?
How many checks do we have?
Looks like you have 2.
I have 2. Tyler, I think you have 1, right?
I just have the 1, yeah.
Yeah, so we have 3.
You can have one of my rations if you want.
No, that's fine. When we get we just need to find water for all of us, so we can fill up the jug. We should use 1 check for finding water. We're good in conditions. We don't need anything. Do you want to learn something?
I wanted to map out the area. I tried doing it last time and I smudged, so I need to start again. Nice.
We'll map the area for number 2. And number 3. I don't know what to do. You can do something with number 3. I'm good. I'll take the second move so you could do 2 actions.
Oh, well, thank you.
Alright, well, we're going to start with mapping the area then. I'm just going to look up, just going to scroll back. Or I can't scroll back. Let me look up the ob that I gave last time. I think it was ob 2. But yeah. Yeah, ob 2 to map a few features, so a few rooms.
Okay. And I want to use extravagant 4. Is that possible?
You tell me, how does being extravagant help you?
I'm gonna like doodle in it and stuff. I'm gonna make it look real artsy.
Sure, yeah, like you're spending time, like extra time, drawing it.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're giving it a border, making it have a real cool compass.
Giving it like a cool compass to let you know where north is. Gonna doodle a thing where it's like here be dragons kind of thing, or in this case, here be pigmen.
All right. Or did you? Yeah, okay. You used extravagant against yourself. Now you're using it for yourself. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you've mapped this area. I'm just going to permanently turn some of these things kind of a dark color, or darker than kind of dark gray, and that will indicate that they're on the map.
Yay!
I'm going to do that probably throughout the section after I give the obstacle to look for water. Was it? Is that what you want to do, Roman?
Yeah, sure.
So where do you go look for water? Like how is it? Where? What do you do? Where do you go?
The pigmen set this camp here, so there must be maybe some water nearby. Well, there must be some water nearby. I'll try to follow their tracks if they left me in a certain direction. Maybe they went to go to like a river or a stream. And I'm just gonna search for like those two things in the area.
It's going to be an obstacle 1 survivalist roll. So, and to get me clear, like you're leaving the gatehouse and you're like going on the other side just to look around, right?
Yeah, wherever I can find.
Puppy!
I don't have that skill, so do beginner's luck. And I won't do. Yeah, I won't do against myself.
You can't gain checks in camp.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do you want to help me, Kabuzi?
I'll give you a hand.
Never mind, you can't help me because it's beginner's luck, right?
He can help you. Yeah, he can help with health if you wanted to.
Help me find some water, Kabuzi.
I
fill this jug.
I'm gonna hold my hands up like a divining rod. I don't know if this is helping, but I feel like I'm doing something.
I feel like it's not helping.
Well, I have an extra die, so deal with it.
I don't think the action you took is helpful, so he doesn't get an extra die.
What? Aw.
But you managed to find a nearby stream. It's very thin. But
You know what helped you find this?
I did.
My divining rod hands help.
You have no. That doesn't work. I grab the jug and I fill it up.
Okay, yeah. So you got water. You have water source. So let me write that in.
And yeah, you could take the last check. I don't know what do you do.
Okay. Trying to think, what's a good use of my last check? Or our last check, sorry. How pure is the water?
It's fine enough to drink.
Okay, so no need for that.
Can you just make your camp safer? Is there a way to do that? To make like a inconvenience camp comfortable?
Generally, it's making it safer by driving away monsters and such. So that's probably done in the adventure phase.
Make more poultices or additional.
I can make potions and poisons.
Yeah, do that.
Ooh, I can distill. I can make wine. I don't have the equipment for a distillery though, so that's useless. I'll just make some potions.
So what exactly are you trying to make? Do you need ideas?
I'm just looking at my inventory. I think what would be useful, like while we're out and about. An invisibility potion would be interesting.
For magic potions, you can only you'll make the base of the potion, and then cast the spell into the potion, kind of storing it, much like making a scroll. Except when you drink it, the target of whoever drinks the potion is like the person who casts it. So it's kind of how like non-casters can cast things, and it's only like spells you know.
Yeah. Oh, I can counterfeit objects. What's a good? Hey Roman, what's a good object that we should have in case we got to get somewhere?
Money?
Yeah, counterfeiting money is one thing. Maybe we can make fake credentials.
Like a noble or something?
Noble associates.
Do you know a noble?
I don't think I know any nobles, but I think that if we say they're far away enough, it'll pass. If I make it look good enough.
Sure. I'm down for skullduggery, I guess.
Well,
Whatever you want.
Can I use Lore Master to figure out, like, do we know any nobles around here? Because I can't think of any off the top of my...
So you want to spend your check thinking about nobles?
No, I'm just wondering if I'm making credentials, can I use that in conjunction with Lore Master so it can be, like, a legitimate noble and not something I made up?
Making that's counterfeiting things is a criminal test. You go one test per check.
Sounds good. I'll just make the fake credentials then.
All right.
Do you want help with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a hand with this.
And I like show him like some really good handwriting that I've seen this novel used before. It's like he wrote like this, and that's how it helped with the credentials.
All right. It's gonna be Ob 5.
Alrighty.
So what exactly does this? What exactly does this like include? Would be like you're like working for someone. Like what would this look like? What is this that you're making?
I'm thinking secret police.
You should increase that ob.
Why?
I think it's already high enough.
I'm thinking some kind of like secret police, like a secret group kind of thing. If I can mimic this noble's handwriting, even if this is even real, like it'll seem authentic and legitimate.
All right.
Because I'm just thinking later on in the adventure, I can use this along with Persuader to get information from people.
Okay. Obstacle 5, criminal test.
Yeah, and with Roman's help, and I'm going to pop a persona for this. Popping a fate.
All right.
Jeez. Well, this actually. Oh my
Yes!
god! You actually. What?
That's awesome.
What?
We are now of the Whispering Confluence. Or yeah, I'm going with that. It's the first thing that came to my head.
Am I like your private in this organization?
You can be a knave if you want.
Cool.
Timorous beastie.
I just want to be part of this secret organization.
All right, I have secret police in air quotes for some nobleman far away. It says you're agents of the Whispering Confluence. All right, yeah, that's a thing you now have.
Put a success on your criminal check.
It's gonna be pack 1. Gotta carry it around.
Perfect. I have space for it.
So if someone is like, well, you could try to use it, but it's for someone far away. They might be like, they don't have jurisdiction here or something. But you could use it as evidence in persuader conflicts and such, or just as gear, to try in possible manipulator conflicts, because you can try to pull a fast one. Yeah.
It just makes us look important. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So, Steed, you have to leave at in a half hour. Is that correct?
Yeah, we gave time. It's 4:30.
So should we wrap up with the rewards then, or should we continue on?
Oh yeah, rewards. I forgot. No, rewards fast. There's only 2 of us. We could continue.
All right. So the grind resets, and the adventure phase starts.
I don't know exactly what I picked up, but can you just make a note of what I picked up and leave it at camp? And all the stuff I had before, I'm just gonna pick it up again. Alright. Let's go find that person.
Let's go. Let's head off and go see him.
Good job last night on that credentials.
Oh, thanks. I don't know what you're talking about. I've always been a member of the Whispering Confluence. Audible wink.
And I wink back, and then I head out.
So you're setting out to find that person? Which person?
The guy who's ruffling through our stuff.
All right. So how are you gonna find them?
I think we should walk in the direction that they were headed.
Okay, so you're just gonna simply walk.
Yeah, we're gonna walk where we were before, and then it's early morning, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's around early morning. Yeah, you spend the night just doing stuff, and start the evening making things.
It's been a day. Yeah, I'll just try and track that guy's or that person's footsteps as much as I can. And if he left anything like foliage that was pushed aside, or anything he left behind. Maybe he dropped something that belonged to him.
Okay, I'm just looking up, trying to find out what is the tracking skill in this game. I feel like it would be Hunter, but I'm reading it. It's not there. So I think it is not Pathfinder.
I think it'd be Hunter or Scout.
Oh yeah, maybe Scout. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Let me look.
I don't think Pathfinder. Pathfinder wouldn't make as much sense.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Scout. No, it's adapted spotting and tracking monsters. Yeah, so it's right in the description of the skill. So it is tracking, and it's gonna be versus him. It's gonna be 2 dice.
I would like some help.
I'll give you a hand.
How?
You're just you're pathfinding right now?
I'm scouting. I'm checking to see if he pushed away any bushes, left tracks in the mud. If he dropped anything.
And can I use Hunter to help you out?
You could use Pathfinder, Hunter, or Scout.
Well, since I have Hunter, I would like to help you. I'm going to keep a lookout for wild animals that are going to be in your way.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Please succeed this roll, otherwise you may find yourself near feral company.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 dice. How many dice are you rolling?
I have Scout 3, surprisingly. I didn't know. He's giving me 1 for help, and I think I'll use... Actually, no. I won't. Yeah, I'll use Devil May Care. Ginks. Now for myself.
How does it help you?
I know how like people run, I guess, because I ran my whole life, and I know when you would catch a breath if you needed to. So when I'm trying to track somebody, I try to find those areas where he's like pausing, and I'm trying to find like where he's like at his least like aware, basically.
Okay. So this is a versus test, so you have an option to take 1 less dice to get 1 check, or give me 2 dice. Or no, you're not using. You're using it for yourself. Never mind.
Yeah, for myself.
I thought you were using it against yourself. Yeah. So I'm at 2. You're at 6 or something. 5.
I'm at 5.
Okay, so I'm at 2.
I really want to catch this person. That's why.
I'm at 2 dice. Well, you're not catching him. You're finding out where he went.
Or like trying to find this person. I mean.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you managed to follow this person's tracks. You follow the tracks all the way. all the way it's toward the cathedral. As you get closer to the cathedral, its looming spires, kind of painted red. You note that there's a kind of bustling city kind of forming up on the steps and in the clearing around the cathedral. And so wherever the trail went, it went into this kind of city. There's like hawkers and like temporary establishments, and kind of like there's like a stables that are sort of like being built. Yeah, it's a town.
It's okay. Did we see anybody?
No, there's there's a lot of people going about stuff.
Can we end it there?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is gonna be the start of like a lot of stuff.
This feels like a good jumping off point for when we meet up next week.
Okay, so now we're going to do beliefs, instincts, and goals. But first, it's going to... Oh yeah, look at that transition. Thank our patron, Josh, for his support.
Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank you.
Thanks to you, I can feed my 2.5 children.
I doubt that.
That's
But...
a lie.
I will make this KD stretch.
Okay, so yeah, beliefs, instincts, goals. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first, Kabuzier?
Sure thing. My belief, glory above honor. Instinct, always assess the danger when presented with a threat. And my goal was to make an area, map the area for our safety. I achieved my goal. I'm pretty...
So that's a persona point for achieving your goal.
Oh, okay.
What about your instinct?
I think I want to say that I achieved my instinct by being able to see that guy using my wizarding sight. I was able to see that it was a dude with a shield.
Yeah, that's you did. Instincts. Yeah. And what about your belief?
I don't think I was very glorious today, as I was trying to be, but I failed horribly when I was trying to speak like a bird.
Okay, yeah, so...
Not as glorious as I hoped it would be.
Alright, so no belief. So it's a persona point for the goal, and a fate for the instinct. Roman, beliefs, instincts, goal.
Belief, function of the people is to rise against suffering. There's nobody I could help except for us, and I try to help as much as I can for Kabuzi. I tried to find water. I helped him fix his credentials for the secret police.
So is that rising against suffering then? You think that's satisfies it? Is it in the spirit?
Maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. I wanted to. It's up to you. Just say yes or no.
It's up to you. Do you think it actually satisfies it?
I wanted to. No, I don't think that actually, because it was just Kabuzi I was with, and he wasn't really suffering, so I would say no.
I hate that I'm whispering all the time. That's a kind of suffering.
Oh yeah.
Did that wear off? Is he still whispering?
No, he didn't wear off yet.
The next day.
So.
My goal is to find the bow. I wanted to find I wanted to meet that person because maybe that person might know where the bow is. So I'm trying to work towards that goal.
Okay. Yeah. That would be a fate.
Instinct, always search for traps when entering a new area. We didn't enter a new area until the very end. But also I forgot about it. Maybe I could have checked for traps on the way to that area. But I didn't, so no for that.
Okay. So just a fate for the working toward your goal.
Yes.
So the final reward is the group awards. So there's MVP, and there is Team Worker, and there's RP. So who do you nominate for MVP? This is the person who made a big role to kind of advance the story forward. I kind of want to say Corbusier for MVP for spotting that guy, because that could have been a kind of dead end, just like a missed fact that someone was in your campsite.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Okay. So
he did search for the wizard site through the wall, so
yeah, and in addition, you can't be the MVP and teamwork at the same time. And you were saying that you were wanting to help whenever you could. You went and searched for water to help the group. So I'm gonna nominate you for team worker. Actually, I think you made a.
I was gonna say I want to nominate Roman for team worker.
Yeah, that.
He did that. He also set up traps, which are very useful.
Yeah, he set up an alarm in the camp. Yeah.
And you helped me with my credentials, which I think will come in handy later on.
That was so close.
It was so clutch. If I had failed, it would have been looked like a crayon drawing.
But it doesn't. It looks legit.
And because I'm whispering, it makes it sound like I'm part of a cool order.
Yeah. So Roman can take a persona for the team worker. And so last is RP award. Can't go to everyone. I kind of want to give it to Corbusier for when they did the funny voice of whispering for a time. Eventually, Tyler dropped it, and he's like, in a whisper, this is what I say. But for a little bit there, he was whispering.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, if we're streaming this, like, how's it gonna read to listeners?
I had to turn you up. So for that alone,
I think it was
a role player.
It was a logistics problem for me, certainly, to have to whisper everything. That's why I dropped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I could still hear you, so it's okay. I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If I could hear you, presumably the recording and the people listening would be able to hear you as well. So yeah, I'm gonna give you RP award for funny voices.
Thank you.
So lastly, to close up the session, I'm gonna name the session.
Finding that person, getting the treasure. Criminal check. That criminal check. I can't stop thinking about the criminal check.
Well, all we really did this session was just tighten up camp and just to get ready to travel, which we eventually did.
Mm-hmm. So, like, work done or something like that? Hello?
No, we're here.
Okay.
Yep.
We're just deep in thought, just thinking, because, like, honestly, this is the hardest part, I think, of most sessions, is just naming it.
Well, I know. You guys will play pretty well, and yeah, GMing's honestly pretty easy with Torchbearer and you guys.
Something about an intruder. That person keeps messing with the bodies for some reason.
Home Alone?
No, that'll get
With a
copyright
question
strike.
mark?
What's that noise?
Does anyone know?
How about who is that noise?
Does anyone know any like Home Alone references?
This is it now. Don't get scared.
That's perfect. This is it now. Don't get or no, just don't get scared. Or no, this is it now. Don't get scared.
Yeah.
What?
This is our place. Don't get scared.
Okay, perfect.
Like,
Okay,
this-
perfect.
This is our camp. Don't get scared.
We gotta map that area to the town now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'd mapped where we were. I'm just curious how come the burnt out homes and the foundations and desecrated shire are still kind of gray. I thought that encompassed what I was mapping.
You guys haven't been there.
Yeah, we haven't been in there yet.
Good point. I just assumed like when we did the perimeter, we kind of like at least passed by those, but it's all good.
No, you walked by. You walked around them, purposely skirting the town in order to enter it where the wall starts.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thanks for clarifying. I was just curious.
Okay, yeah. Also on the map, I just put circles to indicate rubble. I don't know. If you guys are wondering what the circles are, and the lines are like low wall foundations and stuff. I don't know.
Alrighty.
But yeah, okay. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for joining us.
Let's all raise our hands and give thanks to the GM for making all this possible.
Okay, I have my hands raised. What do I do now?
No, we raise your hands for you.
Oh, give me a sec then.
Don't raise them for yourself.
My hand is up now.
And I said hands.
Oh, I can't. I have to hold control.
Just elbow drop your keyboard. I don't care.
I'm gonna go now.
Alright.
Alright, see ya.
Have fun.
See you later.
Thanks for playing.
Woo!
Woo!